Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. So, uh, those who were watching the last video, you'll probably remember that this is how we started the first time, in Skyhold, and when we left off, we were not in Skyhold. We were out exploring a new territory, but the thing is, I decided to come back to Skyhold and sell a couple of things, and I was hoping actually to drop a couple of the spider ichors in my storage chest, but I can't. I can't. I can only put armor and accessories and weapons in there. So that was a bit of a bummer. But it also led me to realize as I walked over to sell some of my valuables that while Spider Ichor pops up in in creature research, it also pops up under valuables. So when I knew I had picked up Spider Ichor before, clearly I sold it every damn time because I would go to sell valuables and I just hit sell all to save myself the time of having to go through the entire list. So I sold the stuff that I was collecting. So now I only have 2 of them, and I need 3 more. And yeah, that's a little aggravating. But since I came back to Skyhold, real quick, it just popped in my head. I had asked a few times in several videos prior, and wondering if during the loading screens, when you see those little tarot cards pop up, if those were made, and like if anybody had made physical copies of those, you know, as merch for this game, and as I figured they probably would have, they did indeed, and they sold them, I think, with like a, you know, some special release of the game, like if you had pre-ordered or whatever you got. There's a ton of these cards, and they're also pretty expensive. I just looked on Google. Let's see. Dragon Age Inquisition tarot cards, and they were popping up like at Barnes and Noble. I guess you can get a pack for like $5.67, which isn't too bad. But then there's like Dragon Age Inquisition, Barnes and Noble. There's this whole official Inquisitor edition that's got how many? What does it say in here? No, it doesn't even tell me how many are in there. That's good. Oh, maybe it does. It's a 368-page collector's edition hardcover guide with unique cover treatments matching the container, which is pretty neat. And then there's leather bookmarks and all this, and I guess it's a book. I don't know. There's a book, and I think it's all cards are coming. But this thing's like $204 for the hardcover book thing. But just like for the stack of cards on eBay, you can get them for like $100. So I was like, yeah, I don't need them that much. But what I do like is that somebody made bookmarks using the artwork for the companions. So they have the companion tarot cards, and they've all been turned into bookmarks, which is pretty awesome. I think they're only like $3 through Etsy. So they are out there. All this stuff is out there. There's Dragon Age Inquisition playing cards. So I don't know exactly. I can't get a really good view of what's on there, but point being, this stuff does exist. It is out there, which is pretty awesome. So anyway, game-wise, while in Skyhold, and before we jump back, I wanted to do a couple of things here that I had forgotten about. One, you can sit in judgment and hear from a few people and judge like how they're punished, or you can either keep them as agents, or you can have them killed, or whatever you decide to do with them. I'll say right now, my character is not going to be quite ready to just outright kill people, if he can forgive them and possibly give them a place within the Inquisition to work, like to work off their punishment or whatever their crime was. So that's what I'm going to lean towards, because I don't. That's not how my character would be. He's not a tyrant. He's not bloodthirsty. So, and then there's other people wandering around that I need to talk to, but I also need to find wherever it is in here that you turn in your monster, your creature research, because even though it means I'm probably going to give up those 2 spider eye core again, I at least need to know where they are, where the person is, because that takes up a lot of my inventory space. I think it's like I have 40 out of 60 inventory spots currently, and a lot of those are all creature stuff. So anyway, let's sit in the chair here and see what happens.
Impressive, is it not? Fit for a leader, meant to show influence and the burden of it. It is where the Inquisition will sit in judgment, where you will sit in judgment.
Who will I be judging exactly?
Those who have done wrong. You will know of them, at the very least. All this presumes they have survived their initial encounter with you, of course.
Will we be taking heads right here in the hall?
Goodness, no! If such an option is available, it will be done elsewhere. And it may not be necessary. The Inquisition's sovereignty is derived from the allies who validate it. You are both empowered and bound. Justice has many tools. If their application is clever, execution may even seem merciful by comparison.
Well, let's get into it.
Is there anyone I should judge?
Take the throne when you're ready. We will bring him before you.
So I'm going to guess that the first one, because I don't remember the order. I remember there was a couple of weird ones. But I think if we remember, I sent Cullen to collect somebody. And I'm going to guess that that will be the first person that we judge. Or it's a goofy thing, I don't know.
You recall Gerion Alexius of Tevinter. Ferelden has given him to us as an acknowledgement of your aid. The formal charges are apostasy, attempted enslavement, and attempted assassination, on your own life, no less. Tevinter has disowned and stripped him of his rank. You may judge the former magister as you see fit.
I remember what would have happened to Thedas if his treachery had succeeded.
I couldn't save my son. Do you think my fate matters to me?
Will you offer nothing more in your defense?
You've won nothing. The people you saved, the acclaim you've gathered. You'll lose it all in the storm to come. Render your judgment, Inquisitor.
So, as you can see, we have a whole lot of options here. Executing him, I'm not going to do that. Because I do understand he did what he did to protect his son. We could just straight up imprison him, but that doesn't do anything for us. Making him harmless, tranquil, that doesn't really help us either. Serving Redcliffe's mages would be decent, but researching magic helps us the most. And if we needed to kill him, we could kill him, because he'd be under our watchful eye, you know, presumably. So that's what I'm going to have him do, is I want him researching magic. He's working for us, and he's doing what we need to be better.
Your magic was theoretically impossible, Alexius. I could use people like you. Your sentence is to serve, under guard, as a researcher on all things magical for the Inquisition.
No execution? Very well.
And, as you could tell, he wanted to die. His son is dead. He clearly preferred to be killed. And that does us no good. Alright, so I'm not going back down to the Undercroft. There's nothing down there that I need to mess with. Let's go over and go in my quarters. Apparently there's someone in there. Or not. I do want to... There's a question mark. Why is there a question mark right here unless it's above or below? Maybe it's below. But I do want to explore a little bit around here. Yeah, it's got to be down below. Because there's people to talk to and shops and whatnot. Things are important like that. Going in that door doesn't really do much at all, does it? Alright, so these are my...
certainly spared no expense.
Yeah, my personal quarters here. Here's my big stone bed that they shipped in. Because, yeah, a big stone and wood bed, that looks way more comfortable than a regular bed, right? So, I'll be looking forward to unlocking other options there. Wardrobe. Huh, I don't remember this. Outerwear? I don't remember this at all. So this is outerwear. So this is for whenever I'm casual wear. So this is what I'm wearing right now. Simple, eternal, beige. That's pretty good. Be above reproach in both manner and dress with this classic style in patterned white. Or garb yourself in the rich blues of the masked empire while keeping your ensemble simple and sleek. Let's take a look at them. Okay, so this is a white outfit. It's pretty neat. But what about this? I like that even more. It's a pretty cool looking outfit to wander around in, so we'll keep with that. So formal wear, well, we don't really need to worry about this quite yet. Right? Because he's not going to put that on. Oh, he is going to put that on. Oh, so I can put any of these outfits on just for wandering around. Oh, okay. Okie dokie. Crimson. Huh. This is all quite interesting, and of course there's it's pretty badass. And it's green. And green's my favorite color, so always like seeing that. This outfit. Kind of the same thing, just different color scheme. Alright, well that's all pretty awesome. Clearly there's no need for me to wear anything formal at the moment. I really don't need anything with a long tail either. It's a pretty cool outfit right here. Alright, let's stick to this. We don't have any... I'm assuming this is new to the next... well, now it's current gen. Because I don't remember that being available for PS3. So, take this. Alright, so Skyhold Garden, Courtyard Upgrade, Main Watchtower. So we still need things. Need to collect all the stuff, so logging stands. Oh god, logging stands. We're gonna have to find a logging stand in the area. Tell you what, I feel dumb if the wardrobe was always available in the old version of the game and I never messed with it. No, climb. There you go. Nothing over here. Nothing over here. Can't even sit down in the chair. This is just a check it out. We can go up here. And we have owls. Okay. That's all that's up here, correct? Right, I didn't miss anything by the fire. Alright, let's move on. That's my personal closet, apparently. I'm so tempted to just jump down there. So I can't remember how to get. But let's not do that. My luck, I'll end up falling, dying. I have to start in some weird spot. Alright. So, over here, I believe this is... Josephine. Apparently has... Maybe she's got something to say? Yep.
And what else did Lady Forsythia say? That she'd rather drown herself than help the Inquisition.
Anything else?
She said she'd have us flogged alive if we allied with her brother.
That does sound like her.
Cheer up, Josie. We at least have her attention.
You always do find the brighter side of things. We are in the midst of cementing an alliance with Lady Forsythia of Nevada, your worship. It's become a somewhat delicate task.
Can I do anything to help negotiations?
Thank you, but I believe I have matters in hand. I dissuaded her from sending soldiers when she learned we'd struck an accord with a brother she's feuding with. Lady Forsythia simply employs a colorful manner of speech.
Dealing with so many demanding, strong-willed people can't be easy.
It's no less intense than my days at court, Inquisitor, I assure you. But I confess I do miss my staff from the embassy in Antiva. It was always useful to discuss the day's visitors with them.
I have time, if you'd like to review things with me.
I wouldn't wish to impose.
If it were imposing, I wouldn't have offered.
Well, I admit, there are a few potential alliances it would be good to discuss. Right on the parlor floor, in front of everyone at the soiree. Who does such a thing in front of their guests?
The Duke of Kellington, apparently.
And Sarah, can she not find a single overshirt without mustard stains on it? Then there's Dorian. The man refuses to take anything seriously unless it suits its whim. Not to mention... Oh goodness. Have we been here an hour already?
went by so quickly I didn't even notice.
You're far too polite. I didn't intend to go on for so long. You must think me quite the gossip.
Oh, here we go. He's gonna try to romance her again. He's probably gonna fall on his face again.
Spending time with such an engaging woman is never unpleasant, Lady Montilier.
Goodness. I'm glad I haven't wasted your day. Well, I've taken up quite enough of your time already. Until next time, Your Worship.
Ah, Akragoth the flirt. Although the best was the first time I attempted to flirt with her, and she had no idea that that's what was going on. And we're back in our bedroom. What, did I take her up to my room to talk? Where is this? It's got to be below. Right? Timely intervention. There are reports of Red Lyrium and potential Red Templar activity in the hills of Empire du Lion. Local Baron has petitioned the Inquisition for aid. Go to the war table to aid Empress du Lion. Yeah, we could do that. Josephine's there. We talk to everybody over there. From the ashes, with the new base of operations, the Inquisition is ready to make its mark on the world. Speak with Varric on the battlements. It's a quartermaster. Forgotten boy. After the dust settled, Cole was nowhere to be found. It's hard to believe he isn't hanging around somewhere in Skyhold. Well, that's another thing. We could go find him. Merchant. Stables don't really matter. Speaking of stables, I don't know how often, if at all, I really intend to use horses. I know they're supposed to move you along pretty quick, but I've never really found them to be that helpful. Merchant and special shipments. Oh, really? Sure about that? Isn't that just the Undercroft? Yeah, that's just the Undercroft. It's already hit that, I thought. Alright, well, we can go out to this Helisma. I don't know what that is. But we can head over here. Evidently, we need to get a logging stand again. I mean, it makes sense, considering that we only had a logging stand at Haven, and Haven is now rubble and on fire. So that's obviously not going to be useful. Alright, so assume we can go this way. Which just takes us right back upstairs. This was someone's hangout at some point, I know. Read. Construction report surfacing. Paint, plaster, tile, plaster, stone. Previous occupants have redressed over and over. Most are solid. Some I would strip down to the stone. The strength of this place is the foundation. Are we here for the long term, or is Inquisition temporary? Amsel, masonry. Do it right. The Inquisition is only temporary if we fail, and we're not failing. We're not failing the Inquisitor. Sir Morris, quartermaster. Okie dokie. Oh, I can get down here. Not that there's any need to. Alright. Anything else here? No. But a nice little lookout of the courtyard. And this is, as I said before, this is a well-built castle and fortress, because it's actually, it's a lot more realistic than like stuff that you'd see in Skyrim. I don't know how exactly this is sticking out without breaking, but unless there's supports underneath it that I didn't notice. Okay, so anyway. Anywhoosie. Let's go out this way. And then if she's the one who takes the creature research, I'm gonna lose these couple of spider icors, but that's no big deal. I can always go back and collect more. Hello.
Greetings to you, Inquisitor. I am to serve as assistant to any research concerns. You'll find my skills are exceptional. I hope they prove useful.
You're taking over the duties of Minave.
Yes. Her death provided the vacancy. I am told there are many who will miss her. My skills will ensure that you do not miss her ability.
How can you serve the Inquisition?
I am to aid in the research of all creatures encountered in your efforts as leader of the Inquisition.
What makes you particularly qualified?
I remember being fond of animals. I don't remember why.
Because you're tranquil.
You were made tranquil.
Yes, I am tranquil. It was necessary due to a willful nature that made wielding magic a dangerous endeavor. I remember that being a difficult time, but I cannot remember why. My skills are well used in my current position.
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
Adequate, based on the partial improvements to Skyhold.
Okay.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
So then over here, turn in research. That was it? Nah, I had a lot more stuff than that. Oh look, I got to keep it. That's excellent. Because before it was coming up. Alright, so I guess if I have stuff like that, they won't take it. I just, like a dum-dum, I sold everything before. No, now it's showing me everything that's taken away. Alright, so let's wander around here, speak to whoever we can speak to. Dorian.
Brilliant, isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. Am I speaking too quickly for you?
Nope. Not romancing Dorian. Sorry, folks.
You don't need to worry about me. I can keep up.
Yes, I noticed that.
Hello, Stacey Wade.
Did you
Welcome to the
now?
stream.
Certainly. If you were a slack-jawed yokel, you'd already be dead. I always assumed the Elder One behind the Venatori was a Magister. But this is something else completely. In Tevinter, they say the Chantry's tales of Magisters starting the Blight are just that. Tales. But here we are. One of those very Magisters. A dark spawn.
Hey, Matt Crowley, welcome back. Dorian Sasto. Oh, he's great. He's absolutely great. I think pretty much all these characters have been made pretty well. Their personalities are all pretty stellar. But he's definitely one sassy bastard. To say, how is day going for you? Well, the day's going all right so far. We're not dead yet. They say the Chantry is lying.
Who does the Imperium say started the Blight?
You know how it is. Not us. They say Darkspawn were always there. Magisters and the Blight aren't even related. Is that a surprise? No one wants to admit they shit the bed. But if Corypheus is one of the Magisters who entered the Black City and he's Darkspawn, what other explanation is there?
Yeah, he could be lying.
We only know what Corypheus claims to be.
True. He might be a convincing liar, or delusional, or insane. But how many delusional maniacs are going to have that knowledge? He broke open the Fade. I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be a kernel of it, somewhere. But no. It was us all along. We destroyed the world.
Well, I meant game. Sorry. Yeah. It's all good. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is so far. I mean, in this episode, we haven't done much other than explore the Skyhold a little bit, which is what I'm gonna do for a little while yet, and then head back to where I was earlier. We destroyed the world. It's not destroyed yet.
Last I checked, the Blights hadn't actually destroyed the world.
Not for lack of trying. If they were more clever, they'd have unleashed something that would really do the job. No one will thank me, whatever happens. No one will thank you either. You know that, yes?
We don't know what will happen. Nobody does.
An optimist! Such a rare breed. I've stumbled upon a unicorn. All I know is this. Corypheus needs to be stopped. Men like him ruined my homeland. I won't stand by and let him ruin the world. Oh, and congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way.
He even walks away with an attitude. It's pretty great. Fiona.
Greetings, Inquisitor. That is your title now, yes? I should thank you. The way things ended in Redcliffe, you could have demanded anything you wished. Yet you chose to make us equal partners. I was not expecting that.
Okay, you need to give me 1 second. I gotta mute my mic. Okay, sorry about the silence and my character just milling about here. I had to deal with something. I believe in your cause.
You rebelled for good reason.
I knew you, of all people, would understand. I've been a Grey Warden, Grand Enchanter, leader of a rebellion, and now I am none of those things. Odd where fate takes you, as you're no doubt well aware.
You were once a Grey Warden.
Mine is an unusual circumstance, Inquisitor. Normally one is part of the Order until death. But long ago I found myself stripped of what made me a Warden. They tried to reinitiate me, but nothing worked. Nor could they figure out how it happened. So I was sent to the Circle of Magi, the first Warden ever to be kicked out. Quite the achievement.
You sound happy about it.
Becoming a Warden seemed like a dream when I was first conscripted. Towards the end, however, my brothers and sisters, they felt I had somehow cheated death. I was glad to leave. It also made me unique in the Circle. I had an opportunity to do more than I ever could as a Warden.
You're not still the Grand Enchanter, then?
Any claim I had to the title ended along with the Circles of Magi, although some still call me by it. Perhaps the Circles will one day be resurrected. If so, another will take the position. Until that time, I lead my fellow mages by default. I will do what I can for them.
I've been meaning to ask, how exactly did the Venatori take control in Redcliffe?
Mages constantly found their way to us while we were there. Stragglers, most of them strangers. I had no way of knowing some were actually Tevinter. They spread whispers, encouraged talk of an alliance, and we were desperate. I'm not proud of our choice, but we were certain Templars were coming. It could have ended far worse.
I trust everything is well with the mages.
Most are pleased with the alliance, even if we wonder what will happen next.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, okay, that's a lot of reading. So I'll just bring this slowly down, and anyone who wants to read it can read it on their own time. Alright, anyone else? More stuff to read. Oh, well, this is short. The Folly of General Not Sheraton. 4. And so it was that victory was absolute, and cheers were raised for General Not Sheraton. And so, buoyed by respect and admiration, Not Sheraton stood proud and removed the mask to state her true name. For had they not accepted her? Had they not thrived by her leadership? Had they not become comrades despite station and masks and nonsense of protocol? And the answer was swift and bewildering, for they had not. And swiftly she was bundled away amid calls of impostor and spy, and other terms she could not know, for she still did not know or lay. Boop. So that's a thing. Yeah, I'm not going to go out that door yet. This is where I came in. And everyone else is up here. Yes. Examine. On condition of your charges. Dear Liliana, you'll be happy to learn that your friends are doing well. Schmooples II is still unhappy about his meal plan and tries to get into the pantry. I had to have a bolt installed, and now he whines constantly. The two little ones are still a handful, but good news. I've managed to discourage Boulay from relieving herself on the silk rug Justinia gave you. Felicienne, from 2 doors over, has been visiting almost every day to play with the nugs. She is quite delightful, and Schmooples too is fond of her. I suspect it is because she brings him sweets from her father's shop. I had to ask her governess to keep her from visiting the house, however, as someone tried to infiltrate it 2 nights ago. An agent of one of the Blanchards, hoping to uncover some of the Nightingale's secrets. Oh yeah, she was with the Nightingales. I neutralized and interrogated him. His ability to withstand questioning was deplorable. Someone needs to talk to the Blanchards about their spies. All I had to do was put Schmooples 2 in his face and tell him that I hadn't fed the creature that day. Your pet played his part admirably. I received your orders and will depart for Ferelden as soon as possible. I have arranged for a gardener to take over nug keeping. Sparrow. And I know it's Schmooples the second, but I'm calling him Schmooples 2 because it's funnier to me. Liliana.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
The names of those we lost. You must blame me for this.
Pardon me. Now that you mention it, it was your fault.
We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame.
I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven.
More likely they would have stayed out there, died, and we would have lost Haven anyway.
You don't know that. Lives could have bought Haven a small chance. My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
They're soldiers now. Our men are not disposable.
Our people aren't tools to be used and discarded. Your instincts were right. Their lives matter.
Can we afford such sentimentality? What if Corypheus...
We are better than Corypheus.
Liliana, I think I've said this before, but she was one of my favorite characters in the older games. She's actually she was a character I romanced in one of the prior games. I don't remember if it was Origins or 2 or whenever she first pops up. Okay, so clearly I think that's what Solus is down there. Not found. Note found in Skyhold's rookery. Sadler. Baron Plucky. I don't care how many missions he's flown or how many lives his actions have saved. He is a holy terror. Nearly pecked out my eye the last time I tried to attach a message to him. All the dramatic flapping and squawking caused his sister to come over. You should have seen her look when she snatched the letter from me. If I had a weaker constitution, it might have killed me on the spot. I suppose she thought I was trying to murder her prized raven. And all she had to do was coo at him, and the Baron hopped onto her shoulder, all sweetness, and nestled into her neck. How does she do it? All the birds like her. Is it blood magic? It's blood magic, isn't it, Weaver? A rookery. Anyone who doesn't know what a rookery is, by the way, that's... Well, you can hear... Well, this is a rookery right here. See all the rooks, a.k.a. ravens? Yeah, that's what a rookery is. They use them to send messages. Yeah, I gotta go down. Say hello to Solus. Where is the other staircase? There it is. Right, Dorian. Yeah, we spoke to him. Already talked to King of Sass.
What was this place? So much room for whatever was here.
Greetings.
I'm interested in what you told me of yourself and your studies. If you have time, I'd like to hear more.
You continue to surprise me. All right, let us talk. Preferably somewhere more interesting than this.
Cinematic. I wish you could at least continue to have the screen with the tarot cards instead of a black screen after already having a loading screen. I know I've complained about it before, but it's pretty annoying. Because look, this black screen has been up for quite some time. It would give you at least enough time to read those tarot cards.
Why here?
Haven is familiar. It will always be important to you.
We talked about that already.
I sat beside you while you slept, studying the anchor.
I'm glad someone was watching over me.
You were a mystery. You still are. I ran every test I could imagine. Searched the Fade, yet found nothing. Cassandra suspected duplicity. She threatened to have me executed as an apostate if I didn't produce results.
Cassandra's like that with everyone.
Yes. You were never going to wake up? How could you? A mortal sent physically through the Fade. I was frustrated, frightened. The spirits I might have consulted had been driven away by the breach. Although I wished to help, I had no faith in Cassandra, or she in me. I was ready to flee.
If you had run, Cassandra would have been certain of your guilt. She'd have hunted you down.
You are likely right. I told myself, one more attempt to seal the rifts. I tried and failed. No ordinary magic would affect them. I watched the rifts expand and grow, resigned myself to flee, and then... It seems you hold the key to our salvation. You had sealed it with a gesture. And right then, I felt the whole world change.
You didn't say it that way, I don't think. You just said it.
Is that how you remember it? That is what I mean about perception shaping our existence.
But that's only true in the Fade.
Where do you think we were?
This isn't real.
That's a matter of debate. Probably best discussed after you wake up.
Well, how about that? And we're going to be back in our room. And we're going to have to go all the way back down again. That's just fine. It definitely makes you wonder about Solus a little bit. Like, he's kind of being a little creepy. Creepy or underhanded or sketchy, whatever. Back in the bedroom again. Whoops. Alright, well, I'm definitely glad that I saved Solus for last to speak to in that group, because it would have been more than a little annoying if I spoke to him first and then had to run back to talk to the people that were in the same area. Alright, so spoke to everybody there, so we don't need to speak to anyone again. That's the war room, which I don't need to get into quite yet, but I need to speak to Varric, which requires me to go outside, across, and up. Okay. I'm still getting reaccustomed to how the Skyhold is laid out.
Itself.
We'll see. Not much better than the road, you ask me.
Step up.
We'll see.
Oh, Gatsby, we gotta talk to him too. Construction report, death on the wall. One of our finishers, Garen, fell from the scaffold and landed on a paving stone. He had breath for an hour, but his eyes were still. He died, and the Chantry sisters wrapped him. What should we do? Foreman Sherry's. Have them commit his body with those we have lost since Haven. I will record his sacrifice for the Inquisition. Move his fellow workers to another site, and allow time off with pay if they request. Ensure that all workers do their jobs safely. We are in a war, not a race. Rushing does no good if we harm ourselves. We are all the Inquisition. Lady Monteliette. Alright, so here's an interesting character right here.
Hello, Inquisitor. Honored Inquisitor. Gotzi Sturhall. Did my part on the walls, and now I'm on this strange collection you've brought us. Don't know its worth to the fight, exactly, but it's good workmanship.
Where did you learn your skills?
Orzammar. Carved a few statues in my day. And before you ask, yes, I chose to leave. I carved a paragon who turned out to be a sodding madwoman. Couldn't stand looking at it. The memory of a dwarf, right?
Any ideas about the origins of these reliefs?
Tevinter, early. It's in the tool marks, the grain. That's hard dust mined from the 100 Pillars, if I know anything. Oh, I suppose the scene is probably full of Tevinter robes, too.
The 100 Pillars?
Damnedest things. Massive spires that aren't stone. It's like a mortar. Don't know more than that. Strong, though.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what. You finish one, and I'll write it up. Who better, right? A good dwarven perspective.
Another time.
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
So I'm fairly certain that those are the mosaics that I keep picking up. So the more of those that I collect, he can interpret. Letter to an Inquisition agent. My darling Wilbur, I am so proud of you. We hear so much about the Inquisition in the village. It makes me happy to know you are doing your part. I am sorry about what happened to Haven. I will light a candle in Chantry for the fallen. Please take care of yourself. I know what you're like when things get busy and the fate of the world hangs in the balance. You must take care of yourself before you can help save the world, you know. Don't forget to eat. You're still in the mountains? It must be cold and wet. Why couldn't it be a fort in the hinterlands? Then you'd be closer to home. Well, dress warmly. Shall I send you a blanket? Anyway, you should write more often. I don't understand why you can't tell me what you're doing. You shouldn't keep secrets from your mother. Love always, Mother. P.S. What do you mean I have to address the letters to Rector? Is that what they call you there? Why? Your name is Wilbur Quigley. It's a good name. Wilbur was your uncle's name. He fought in the battle of River Dane. We are all so proud of him. Are you ashamed of your given name? Why are you ashamed, Wilbur? You can wait a moment.
Even here. This hold has everything.
Plant seed in Skyhole's nursery to grow for crafting. Find seed for crafting. Blah 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 blah. Common, rare. Witherstock. Okay. Well, I think the other one we can put Blood Lotus in, because we're always needing Blood Lotus, right?
Inquisitor, Elan Vemar. Honored to represent the College of Herbalists and offer my services as apothecary. My colleague Adan was clear about the worth of your cause. I look forward to assisting him.
Stacey Wade says, some of these letters are funny. Yes, they are. It's actually something else that's always fun with this game is that other than the books that, you know, they're telling long tales, you know, that are background, which they're interesting, but again, I'm not going to read them when they're very, very long. I'm not going to read them on a Let's Play. But I love that you find those, but especially the letters and the little notes and stuff that are left around, because it fleshes out the environment, it fleshes out the world, and breathes life into everything. That it's not just a stagnant, oh, there's just random people standing around, even though, like, where we're standing, it's all just random people that are just standing around. I mean, they're just there for background clutter, basically, to make the, you know, to make it look like there's people, you know, living in here and everything else. But when you find these little notes and whatnot, it makes things seem more important, or not more important. It makes it seem like it's, you know, it just makes it seem like it's a little more real, a little more tangible. That maybe Wilbur is one of these people that are hanging around here, or Wilbur's one of the people that was standing or sitting down next to the note. Okay, so what the cause is, look forward to assisting him. I'm just going to say welcome aboard.
I look forward to working with you.
And are you? I wasn't sure what to think of you people, but recent events have put those doubts to bed. All the mundane needs of Skyhold will be well tended. If you note anything special, let me know. I'm here to serve the cause we must.
Okay. Read. Construction report. Scaffolding. Third fall in as many days. We need more sandbags. It's almost impossible to drive an anchor between these blocks. The place was built to last, but that makes it a fight to build it up. Baronol, roofer. Approved. The Inquisition needs its people on good legs. Sir Morris, quartermaster. Sir Morris is someone else we're going to have to speak to at some point. To see if he's got anything to buy or whatever. No one special has arrived here yet, I see. Oh. Hello, Felisa.
It's you. Your worship. I'm serving now. In a different way.
What? Okay, I don't remember who she is, but good God. Serving in a different way. Wait, was she the one from the bar? What are you doing? How are you serving? What are you laughing about? That could have been taken really the wrong way. Bride of the Maker. Maker, though I am but one, I have called in your name, and those who come to serve will know your glory. I remembered for them. They will see what can be gained, and though we are few against the wind, we are yours. Canticle of Trials 5:1. Okay. Once again, don't know what you mean by how you're serving, but that's okay. You can do your thing. You do you. And this leads me to nothing, because I need to get over there. Ooh, wait, hold on. Aha. Isn't Cullen in this room? No, not yet. Maybe he will be. Talk to the guy in the tavern to find out about Felisa. Okay. We'll definitely be doing that. Well, we're all the way up here. For no real purpose other than the awesome view. One of these days I would love to travel and actually get to see sites like this. It would be amazing to see the Andes. Doubt it's going to happen in my lifetime, but, you know, should the opportunity arise, I would love to capitalize on it. Oh, Varric. So we only have one random guard wandering around up in the battlements. Hardly seems to be doing much. Oh, there's a second. I also like the fact that when you're going around early in your exploration of Skyhold, you know, everything is pretty battered and pretty, you know, pretty wrecked. So it's not until, you know, you've been here a while that things start to improve. Stacey Wade says, I will stick with Nat Geo and Discovery. Yeah, I mean, you know, being the only option at this time, that's not a bad way to go. Personally, I have a horrible fear of heights and flying, so it kind of cuts down on my travel opportunities. Hello, Varric. Let's get to this. What will surely be a cutscene. There it is.
Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawk, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him, after all.
This view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first. But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me. You're lucky it was just a single city. I've got half of Thedas. You're doing everything you can to protect them.
Does it ever get any easier?
I'll let you know. I don't envy you, Inquisitor. But I may be able to help you.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
If that's what happened to the Wardens, do you think we can free them?
It's possible. But we need to know more first. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Stroud. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
Corypheus had Templars with him at Haven. They looked like they'd been exposed to the lyrium you describe.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
If Corypheus has corrupted the Wardens, it may be too late to save them.
I understand. I'll do whatever's necessary to stop him. Corypheus is my responsibility.
I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it.
Inquisitor. You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. They used my father's blood in a ritual to seal Corypheus inside. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts. He sent them after me. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground. Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter magic. But he was dead. I swear it.
Where did you go after the mages rebelled?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march to Kirkwall to put down the rebellion. I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her forces to come after me. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles started rising up, and the exalted march never came.
Varric said you were the champion of Kirkwall. I've only heard a little about what happened there.
What happened at Kirkwall was the same thing that happened everywhere. Fearful of blood magic and abominations, the Templars brutally suppressed the Circle. And in their desperation to survive, the mages of the Circle turned to blood magic, or became abominations. Finally, a rebel mage named Anders destroyed Kirkwall's Chantry, and everything came tumbling down.
That man disappeared and reappeared up on the battlement.
I heard that Anders was your friend. What was he like?
I don't know if there ever was just Anders. He was crazy. By the end, there was nothing left in him except this insane need to start a war no one could win.
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
When the Wardens began acting strangely, I had my friend Aveline take my brother out of the Free Marches. My uncle Gamlen's still in Kirkwall, but everyone else I used to know, they've pretty much scattered to the winds.
Assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general, but he thinks highly of the Inquisition.
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you at Crestwood.
All right. Hawk. Hawk's cool. Pretty badass character. It's a creepy painting. How'd you like to have this hanging over your bed? Am I in the tavern now? I think I am. Yep. Wait a minute.
Something like that. No, they don't. It's just what I heard.
Nothing up here? Okay. Wasn't sure.
We are assembled.
Hello, random people.
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning?
Oh, hello, Sutherland.
Oh, Inquisitor, I joined. Sutherland, your worship. I saw some bandits, so I came to warn people. I'll let your warriors know and then stay out of the way.
Okay, thank you. So that's the other thing why I'm cruising around in here is because I remembered that these all open up missions on the war table. So the more of those that we have, the more power we gain, and you know that's just beneficial. So anything over here? Anything over here? Something to read? Yeah. Oh, it's Sarah's room. Sarah's cabinet of wonder whose it was. Delivered. One cabinet suitable for a lady's curiosities, if resources should be spent on such things. Sir Morris. Below, a comment and journal entries by Sarah. Also, doodles of Sarah with her tongue out. Eat it, Morris. Stuff needs a place. Stuff. Banner. Circle. Soft. Lizard. Scratched out. Rough and weird. Holla. Fake. Real ones stink. Cards. Little worlds. Goblet. Fancy cup. Cup. Shit goblet. Bottle. Warden. Strong. Bottle. To Vinter. Piss weak. Stupid sword. There's a small blood stain. Silk. Bolts. Not arrow bolts. Soft. Make something.
Yes, sir.
First time I played this, Sarah was the one that I romanced. Simply because I just think she's the coolest character in this game. It's most intriguing, most fun. Bethesda Net, you're kind of annoying me, popping up in the middle of my stream. Hello, Krem.
Inquisitor. That's got a good ring to it. We're happy to be here, your worship. You need anything, let me know.
Can we talk about the Bull's charges?
Best company you'll find from here to the Anderfells. In my time with the Chief, we've gone up against everything from bandits to magic trees. We're expensive, but you'll never doubt we're worth it. Want to know anything in particular?
Do the charges specialize in anything from a tactical standpoint?
Bull doesn't want us large enough to work as an army. We're better as shock troops to skirmishers. We've got archers for hitting enemy infantry, Dalish with more archery, and Skinner and her people on the flanks. Rocky handles fortifications and traps, and Stitches keeps us all fighting. They mostly hold back. I'll lead the frontline fighters with Grim, and the Chief goes wherever he can hit something.
You said something about everything from bandits to magic trees. I'll admit to some curiosity.
Right. Sylvans. That's what Dalish called them. Apparently spirits can possess trees, too. Some noble in the Dales, and they really don't like it when you call them Dalish nobles, had a haunted forest. His family had abandoned the land, but he wanted it back. The Chief bought us all axes, and in we went. Between the axes and the torches, the Sylvans weren't too bad. Worst part was the squirrels.
Are there rules for how mercenaries operate?
If you don't want some noble to treat you like bandits, yes. There's also a code of conduct most companies hold to. Keeps things civilized on the battlefield. We accept surrenders for ransom from mercenaries, nobles, and soldiers wearing a lord's colors. Our prisoners are treated well, injuries tended. We'd want the same for any of ours who got captured.
We'll talk later.
I like Krem. She's another cool character.
Sarah was never an agreeable girl. Her tongue tells tales of rebellion, but she was so fast and quick with her bow. No one quite knew where she came from. Sarah was never quite the quietest girl. Her attacks are loud and they're joyful.
Tavern notices. Archery contest. Saturday. All challengers welcome. Sister Liliana to judge. Except Varric and Bianca. Not allowed. Hello, Cabot.
Inquisitor.
And you are?
The bartender, Cabot.
Just the bartender?
You were expecting...
I was expecting the same face from Haven.
It's not a hereditary profession. I think Fleesa... what was it? She joined the Chantry? I don't understand the type, but that's her business. So...
What's the current mood?
Ennui.
Where did you study? I assume you're trained.
Bartending? I'm no alchemist. You mix the bottles that don't taste like nug and you pretend to listen. I suppose I trained at home during feast day family visits. My specialty is ale. Old Antivan recipe. The secret is ale.
You're a bit of a hard ass. Why are you here?
If I could fight,
I'd be in a helmet. If I was a mage, I'd throw fire. And probably be dead. But I can't do anything. Just like the hundreds of people who can't do anything. Who make sure the thousands who can do something can do it. Besides, if you know a safer place than your castle, do share.
What's the word out there?
Quiet. Too quiet. No, wait. Just quiet enough.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
Okay, so Felicia got a job. Not a job, but she joined the Chantry, so she's
No, they don't.
no longer tending bar.
What I heard.
Which is fine. Herald's Rest. A place for all in service here, to rest, to recoup, and persevere. Though ways the heart remember best, your saving grace, the Herald's Rest. And there's Krem. She's hanging out again. Take back the sky, a tavern cheer. And is this long? Yeah, it's long. Now, maybe not now,
Just rumors.
but I remember when I was playing this on PS3, I think there was something about this particular bard, minstrel, whatever, that you were supposed to be able to talk to her or do something with her. I don't think it was anywhere else. I'm pretty sure it was this one. And there was, for some reason, I had some glitch going on in the game. I couldn't activate whatever the quest was. The same thing with with speaking to Blackwall. There was something that was going on in the old game. So I'm hoping that's an interesting new word. I'm hoping and hopeful that whatever the issue was didn't carry over into this version of the game. 'Cause that would suck. Hold on. Did I miss anybody that I wanted to speak to? I don't think so. Stacey Wade says comes later. Yeah. I knew there was something that was going to go on, but yeah, and like I said, I just hope it doesn't get all screwed up because that really bummed me out. It's been fixed? Excellent. Good to know. Oh, hello.
Scout Harding.
Your worship.
Shouldn't you be out there scouting?
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
So, who's Scout Harding really?
Me? Oh, I'm no one. Lived near Redcliffe all my life. Herded sheep for my neighbor. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything I knew about the area. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by that thing out there.
What's been going on?
Seeker Cassandra came through here, looking like a storm cloud. That's just her face, though, isn't it?
Anything else?
What's been going on?
Ambassador Montilier sent me a basket of flowers to thank me for my work with the Inquisition. She's so lovely.
What's been going on?
Varric came by to talk. He told me a story about copper marigolds.
What's been going on?
Madame de Fer said hello to me. Or maybe she was waving at someone else and I just thought she was. Yeah, that's probably what happened.
I should go.
Again, she's not much more than just a small side character, you know, that helps introduce you to like the new areas that you explore. But even her character is fairly well fleshed out. You know, she's got background, she's got personality, she's worth talking to. And it's, look, it's a Dan. Not many Dans, just a Dan.
Haven was a cock-up, Herald, Inquisitor. But you did right by me, and others. We'll pay you back.
I can't remember who he is. I know that we get this area built up.
Inquisitor? Is there something I can do for you? I should really focus my attention on the injured.
Do we have many injured men?
Fewer by the day. The most grievously injured did not survive the journey to Skyhold. As for the rest, they either heal or... I try to make the passing painless.
I haven't seen you before.
The commander brought me up from the refugee camps. I'd been helping the pilgrims in simple ways. Setting broken bones, simple amputations and such. We need all the help we can get.
You want a mage? Shouldn't we let the mage healers deal with this?
Magic can't cure everything, and we shouldn't rely on it. Science, your worship, is the way of the future. Good health isn't magic, it's diet, exercise, and a balance of the humors.
As you were.
Your worship.
A balance of the humors.
The order was sent?
Yes, Commander.
Send men to scout the area. We need to know what's out there.
Yes, sir.
Commander, soldiers have been assigned temporary quarters.
Very good. I'll need an update on the armory as well. Now!
What was he doing? Just hovering around.
We set up as best we could at Haven, but could never prepare for an archdemon, or whatever it was. With some warning, we might have...
Is everything all right?
If Corypheus strikes again, we may not be able to withdraw. And I wouldn't want to. We must be ready. Work on Skyhold is underway. Guard rotations established. We should have everything on course within the week. We will not run from here, Inquisitor.
How many were lost?
Most of our people made it to Skyhold. It could have been worse. Morale was low, but it's improved greatly since you accepted the role of Inquisitor.
Inquisitor Trevelyan. It sounds odd, don't you think?
Not at all.
Is that the official response?
I suppose it is. But it's the truth. You have proven yourself.
You responded quickly to the attack on Haven. Without that, so many more would have died. I'm grateful for any help you can give.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I will do everything I can to ensure the security of our people. You have my word.
Okay. That leads out, which is not where I want to go. Ah, look for coal.
This thing is not a stray puppy you can make into a pet. It has no business being here.
Wouldn't you say the same of an apostate?
Inquisitor, I wondered if Cole was perhaps a mage, given his unusual abilities.
He can cause people to forget him, or even fail entirely to notice him. These are not the abilities of a mage. It seems that Cole is a spirit.
It is a demon.
If you prefer, although the truth is somewhat more complex.
I'm not sure how much more complexity I need, Solus.
Indeed, my dear. He may call it whatever he likes, but it is still a threat.
In fact, his nature is not so easily defined.
Speak plainly, Solas. What are we dealing with?
Demons normally enter this world by possessing something. In their true form, they look bizarre, monstrous.
But you claim Cole looks like a young man. Is it possession?
No. He has possessed nothing and no one. and yet he appears human in all respects. Cole is unique, Inquisitor. More than that, he wishes to help. I suggest you allow him to do so.
In my studies, demons either possessed something from this world, or were summoned and bound. They almost never look like something you'd mistake for a person.
Normally you'd be correct. But Cole has willfully manifested in human form without possessing anyone.
The demons who came through the breach, or through the rifts, weren't possessing anything.
These demons were drawn through against their will, driven mad by this world. But Cole predates the breach. From what we can tell, he has lived here for months, perhaps years. He looks like a young man. For all intents and purposes, he is a young man. It is remarkable.
I should hear what Cole has to say for himself. Where is he now?
If none of us remember him, he could be anywhere.
Haven. So many soldiers fought to protect the pilgrims so they could escape. Choking fear. Can't think from the medicine, but the cuts rack me with every heartbeat. Hot, white pain. Everything burns. I can't. I'm going to... I'm dying. I'm... dead.
Dead.
You're feeling their pain.
It's louder this close, with so many of them.
Would you like to go somewhere more comfortable?
Yes, but here is where I can help. Every breath slower, like lying in a warm bath, sliding away. Smell of my daughter's hair when I kiss her goodnight. Gone. Cracked brown pain. Dry. Scraping. Thirsty. Here.
Thank you.
It's all right. She won't remember me.
You're using your powers as a spirit to help people.
Yes. I used to think I was a ghost. I didn't know. I made mistakes, but I made friends too. Then a Templar proved I wasn't real. I lost my friends. I lost everything. I learned how to be more like what I am. It made me different, but stronger. I can feel more. I can help.
That's the weirdest hat. Get out of here, you! No.
If you're willing, the Inquisition could use your help.
Yes, helping. I help the hurt. The helpless. There's someone. Hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Someone make it stop hurting. Make her, please. The healers have done all they can. It will take him hours to die. Every moment will be agony. He wants mercy. Help.
Give him a chance.
You say he won't die for hours yet, but you can't know that for certain.
His body is failing.
He could recover. Or the healers could find another way to help him.
How do you know?
I don't. And neither do you. That's part of life.
Try. I want to stay.
Okay. Well, we now have Cole amongst us. Okay. I think up there is where Vivian and whatnot are. Boop. Read. Construction report. Mixed elements. I'll match best I can, but there are two substructures here. Skyhold was built in stages, or rebuilt. Is this where we want to invest? If it's fallen before, how can we be sure it won't fall again? Jane, foundation repair. 2 words. The Inquisitor. Invest and commit. We are as strong as the will of the weakest of us. Cassandra Pentagast. I hope everyone's watching is okay with me basically just exploring and speaking to people and not being in midst of combat and whatnot in this episode. I know it's been way over an hour. We're going on an hour and a half, if not already at that point. Yeah, we're past an hour and a half. But I wanted to get all this kind of stuff out of the way, and then I'll take a break and then return for another stream, and that's where we'll get into actual fisticuffs. So let's
He's
see.
in the Dales. He fights for the people. What?
Lord Inquisitor, Bonnie Sims at your service. I trust good secret was not too coarse. Now that you've come to some good fortune, you deserve an upgrade. As master of the tradesman, I stand ready to supply your every need.
Who or what are the tradesmen?
A following of sympathetic and profit-minded individuals who promote local craftsmen and fair importers. A guild of sorts. Although that implies counter-affiliations we are not interested in crossing. Our purpose in the Inquisition is legitimate and honorable. You will have what you need at honest prices.
Why are you a mere merchant if you're the master of this group?
I wish to avoid the suggestion that I am a posturing commander atop a structure of malcontents. It is better to remain active, hands-on. Do you not agree, Inquisitor?
I do. So every conversation is important, and I agree 100%, which is why I try to talk to everybody.
Segrid survived Haven. Where is he?
About? Doing good work for you and yours? But this position is now more desirable. It was time arrangements were made. I shall make every effort to prove that this is an upgrade.
What do you bring to the Inquisition?
What you need, and more. It takes great coordination to make a remote location seem central. While there is no doubt the boutiques of Valroyo display the grandest of the grand, they do not travel. At least, not yet.
We'll speak another time.
Certainly.
Even those you hear in passing. Yep, I agree. It shows how deep this game is. Axe of the Dragon Hunter. Yeah, we can't afford anything here. Well, I can buy this stuff, but I don't need it. Nope, don't need that. Blank runestone. See, this is the stuff that we need. Yeah. So you know what? Let's get some runestones. Six will do for now. Ooh. So dragon slaying. So this is stuff that's important here. Schematics. Ornate Bianca grip. Bianca arms 2 I don't need. Bianca aiming 2, maybe I need that. Because this I don't need because I've already got 3. Ornate Bianca Grip I don't think I have. But, there we go. Yeah, none of this stuff is that sick. But Sarah has a better, no, not as good. I thought it was better. Not even close. But she's still level 10, so we got a ways before we can even mess with that. Hello, random people. No one hanging out in here? Cool little griffin. Oh, I almost fell, didn't I? Whoops. It's funny, I just had the same feeling now as I come in here. First time I played this game and just now reminded me that when I walked up this, for some reason, this just reminded me of, I forget which Friday the 13th it was, but one of the Friday the 13th movies. Yeah, you don't need to fall. Well, screw it. It's not gonna hurt. Hello, stables. We don't need a horse.
Better. Perhaps Master Dennett will join us now. A space like this needs an expert.
It does need an expert. Where is he? Why has he not joined us? I have a note to read? No? Alright, so we'll speak to you, or we won't. No, we won't. Inquisition Battle Mage armor. No, not as good as what I got. Sturdy Bianca grip. Aiming module, Bianca arms. Yeah, I don't need any of that. CC Wade says, too many to remember. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so that's it for over here. Yeah, I just can't remember offhand exactly
First,
which.
a full wheel of Antivan smoked cheese, and now 3 royals worth of crushed mint. They were right here. I remember seeing someone take them. I can't recall their face.
Oh, Cole, we know you've been in here. Yet another note from the kitchens. How many times do I have to say this? If it falls on the floor, it's still good to eat. Head cook donation. Hey, 5-second rule. Come on, who doesn't know that? A note from the Skyhold kitchens. Request for supplies. Potatoes, flour, dried peas, salted meat, willow switches. 4 to break in the new kitchen hands. Another note from the Skyhold kitchens. Once again, please keep the elf out of the kitchen. And check the sugar daily to make sure it is still sugar, not salt. Head cook donation. Beneath this is written, try keeping this out, followed by an arrow pointing towards a crude drawing of a phallus. I love Sarah. Sarah, aka the
There's
elf.
no end of it. I can store an army.
Yeah, see? Like how the carpet looked like there was lightning flashing on it.
Someone emptied a whole bag of turnips into the fire. Ah, Maker, the smell is everywhere. I was going to use them for dinner and then... I can't recall who took them.
Cole, you're up to no good. Look at that thing. probably long, drawn-out stuff. Yep. Once again, you can always go back and watch this video and scroll through, pause the screen, and read whatever you want. Because this stuff I can always read in my codex on my own time. Because if I were to read each one of these, we'd just be here forever reading books. Oh, okay. 5. So I remember we read 4 of the Folly of General Not Sheraton, so this is 5. So we missed 1 through 3. In the days that followed, to avoid scandal, the appointing of Not Sheraton was claimed a grand tactic of the true general, who must have orchestrated the whole affair from secret. From secret, meaning the cloakroom, for not even his own attendants knew his face, and they would have had the guard whisk him to jail for trespassing. But with his mark restored and wary of the embarrassment, the general was merciful with Not Sheraton, imposing less than half the prescribed lashes, and sparing her and her lord the gallows. They were allowed to leave Orlais on the condition that Not Sheraton was henceforth her name. What is green? What is green is a lot of reading. That's what green is. Okay. Can we get rid of these cobwebs, please? Do something about that. Did I read this? I don't think I did. Hopefully I did not. Because otherwise, yeah, I didn't. Okay. Okay, so, but yeah, so I have to go and get the stable master. That can wait. We'll get him eventually. All in good time. Oh, that's where I came in. Confused me because it's all painting. Yeah, got all turned around right there. This place is huge. It is very easy to get confused. And we're here again. Alright, the only ones I haven't spoken to is I've not spoken to Vivienne, and I have not spoken to whoever was next to her, and I think they're like right outside, so... At least they were. Yeah, there she is.
Maker, you're a mess. Let me have a look at you. Are you all right, my dear? Were you hurt? You look dreadful.
You should have seen me an hour ago.
We should do something about this dirt. We don't need you frightening the faithful. Let's keep up appearances. You've handled this crisis competently, saving as many lives as you did. But the enemy struck a serious blow against you and the Inquisition. We must recognize that. You must.
Mind your own business. Meh.
You're wrong. We now have a better location and far more people at our disposal. This couldn't have worked out better if I'd planned it.
Yet we can hardly rely upon the whims of Providence to give us all our victories. This defeat may have turned to our advantage, but it will not last long. Our enemy advances, Inquisitor. We must not sit idly by. Act first and teach them to fear us. I think you know what needs to be done, my dear.
Vicious. She's vicious, and then she's invisible. She's disappeared. There's Sarah. Aiden's walked over here. Anything new to say?
Inquisitor?
Nope. Blackwall.
So, this is Skyhold.
Welcome, Lady Dragonborn. Yeah, you're actually at the tail end of this
Let's walk
video.
the ramparts. I want to examine our fortifications.
I'm probably going to be ending this after I talk to everybody, and then eating some food, and then coming back and doing another stream.
Away. On the other hand, that means he can see us from miles away.
Let him come. I swear I'll take the Twister bastard down, even if I have to die to do it.
Watch that this enthusiasm of yours doesn't get you killed.
I wouldn't be the first to die in your service. The people flock to your banner, eager to fight for the Herald of Andraste. Their faith is a leash, and your Inquisition has taken hold of it. Tell me honestly, are you what they say you are? Andraste's chosen?
And incidentally, I played it where he's like, "You're no good to me dead," because I'm kind of looking at it as Akergoth hasn't quite just been, allowed himself to be willing to accept that people may just sacrifice themselves for the cause and it's the right thing to do. He doesn't want to have to lose people. He hasn't quite crossed that line within himself to allow people's deaths to just be part of what needs to happen. So, all right, are you Andraste's chosen? Okay, at this point, I think he's accepted it.
I was chosen by Andraste. She saved me. We shouldn't question it.
I don't. We all need to believe in something.
And now we're up here. Alright, let's go back down.
Majestic. How was a place like this ever lost?
Blessings upon us all.
Not so standards. That'll guide the dragon right in.
By the time it's across the growing legions, that roaring pincushion will be ripe for swords.
That easy?
Never said it'd be easy, but we win, so it won't come.
And now for ridiculousness.
So, Inquisitor. It's Inquisitor now, right? Remember that war we talked about stopping? Full of little baddies I can stick with little arrows. That's not a friggin' archdemon, is it? Andraste, what did I step in?
Maybe nobody saw this coming, but you knew how I got the job.
I know what people said, but people believe all sorts of shite when they're scared. Swear at a farmer and you've cursed his crops. Spill the salt and you're dead by dawn. Dance through town in a goat's head and children people never had go missing.
The ancient thing trying to kill us seems pretty real.
Don't get me started. Oh wait, too late, right? A magister who cracked the Black City. It's a hazy dream, right? I mean, if it's real, then the seat of the Maker? Real thing. A seat needs a book, so the Maker? Real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world? Real things. It's too far, isn't it? I just want to plug the Skyhole rubbish so I can go play.
You joined to help the little people caught up in this. But do you believe it or not?
In Andraste? Of course.
But you doubt what you're seeing and hearing.
It can't be true. Even fanatics don't want to be this right. Look, I have arrows. I can make this Corypheus believe in those. Good enough? Please be good enough.
Keep calling it nonsense. That perspective will keep the Inquisition grounded.
Oh, I can do that. Sure could use a few more people shouting no. We fight, the bad things go away, everyone calms down, and everything goes back to normal. A nice, well-paid normal.
Just follow orders, crazy.
You're starting to not sound completely crazy.
I know, scary, innit? So bring 'em on. But first, food. I'm starving.
Okay, she wasn't quite as batshit nutty as she easily could have been. Of course, I'm sure I can have a follow-up conversation with her, but not gonna do that right now. Now, have I spoken to everyone except probably Cole, right? Or Iron Bull and Cassandra. Ah, damn. And the quartermaster, so I gotta go over there yet. And that should do it. That would be I spoke to I spoke to Josephine and Cole. So I'll be going in the right direction anyway to speak to Cole. What is that? I gotta speak to Cole and he's back up there. Alright, well, that can wait. Let's do this first.
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
Every time I think I understand magic, the rules change.
And you're a mage, so that's saying something.
That's it? Okay, Iron Bull doesn't have a lot to say. It's okay. Alright, hold on, Cassandra. We'll get into you in a moment. Construction report, brick marks. Skyhold has stolen bricks. Found a brick mark I know from my elder's notes. Fired in Highever before it was sacked in 480. That was Orlais, but this style isn't, so it was probably looted. There may be others. That time is long past, but the Inquisitors should know where they live. Ganon, Mason. Our cause rights a greater wrong. Crimes of the past will be eclipsed soon enough as this becomes the home of the Inquisition. But send word to Highever so they can amend their histories. Commander Cullen. Okay, let's speak to Cassandra.
You knew where Hawk was all along.
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit.
You kidnapped me. You interrogated me. What did you expect?
I gotta intervene.
Hey, enough!
You're taking his side?
I said enough!
We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. Hawk was our only hope. He was the champion of Kirkwall. The mages respected him. And you kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
Varric, you bastard.
You can't change the past, Cassandra.
So I must accept... what? That the Maker wanted all this to happen? That he... Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept him secret.
He's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Varric's earned his right to be here, Cassandra.
Thank you.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
You know what I think? If Hawke had been at the temple, he'd be dead too. You people have done enough to him.
I believed him. He spun his story for me, and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand... But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawke. I'm such a fool.
Lady Dragonborn says, this is the funny part. Here we go with the romancing again. I don't think that'll be met well, because she just disapproved of what I had said. I don't think he needs to flirt with everyone either, but I kind of want to, but kind of don't.
What if you hadn't believed him, and you tracked Hawke down?
Honestly, Hawke might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor. He supported the Mage Rebellion, after all. He wouldn't have trusted me for a second. But this isn't about Hawke, or even Varric. Not truly. I should have been more careful. I should have been smarter. I don't deserve to be here.
Stacey Wade asks, have you seen Dawn of the Seeker? No, I have not. It's one of those things I've meant to check out and then keep forgetting about.
Have you looked at our Inquisition, Cassandra? We're all fools here.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
More at home, maybe.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawke, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. You're not what I'd pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing.
And suddenly we're back outside. Alright, and then... Which is the tavern? This? Or is this where the quartermaster is? Quartermaster. What's up, dudes? A whole lot of area to run around to, and doesn't really do much for me here. Right? Nope, there's nothing over there. For a second I thought I saw something. Oh, I'm running on the ceiling. It's almost a Lionel Richie song. Okay, there's a tavern.
Someone left sliced plums on the windowsill again. The juice is attracting flies. There are spiders everywhere. The plums were right in front of me, but I can't quite recall who took them.
I think I know.
I've heard of Warden Blackwall, an influential member of the Order.
Great, so he's able to conscript at will, I suppose.
Don't worry yourself. They only take the exceptional.
I don't know exactly who was talking to get close enough to hear it. I know you're here. And we're back outside.
What are you doing?
Listening. Eyes rough, jangling armor hurts my ears, back aching, fingers too clumsy for knots. Wind cool like Aunt Eloise's pond, lips scalded as I sip, warmth blossoms, first kiss in the barn. What was his name? Tin jangle as the blood spills, Pierre's wrapped body on the wagon to the chantry. 5 more minutes. My fault.
Can you listen to anyone's mind like you did hers?
No, they have to need me. Pain, fear, sadness, guilt, anger, hurt. Things I can fix.
Can you do something for her?
Yes.
Poof!
It's okay. Nothing you did mattered.
What? Who are you?
They lie there, and sometimes they die, just like Pierre. You can't save them.
I don't know who you are.
Wait. That didn't work. Let me try again. You'll forget me in a minute. You can't save all of them.
What?
Like Pierre getting sick after you snuck out to Aunt Eloise's pond. You want it to be your fault, so there's a reason and it's not so frightening. But there is no reason. Pierre just got sick. The soldier was never going to live. It wasn't your fault. Better.
She doesn't blame herself anymore.
Not as much. It was bouncing around inside her, closing up into a ball of wrong. Now it's open. She'll get it out.
Well done.
Thank you for letting me help her. It's not how a person would do it. But it helped. That's what matters.
Kaboom. And we're done with that. Alrighty. So, I am going to take a break. I'm going to get some food in my belly because I am starving. And then I will pick this up again very soon. Try to think
How do
of...
you know they won't attack here?
Darkspawn don't think.
No.
They flow. They burst through stone, cut with their bloody hands, and they never stop. That Corypheus, he's got the face. He's got the corruption. But he's no Darkspawn. He's a thinker. He ain't interested in a fair fight. So if we build it right, he's not coming.
You know? I believe you.
So anyway, yeah, I'm not sure when, like what time I'll be back on. But it'll be relatively soon. It won't be a super long wait. Now there's Varric, and he'll have stuff to talk about. But in the meantime, I'm going to go into my storage box, and I'm gonna give Cole some of those daggers that I've been holding on to for absolutely ever, and get him squared away. And I'm sure that there's nothing in here. Oh, look at that. Nothing. So, anyway, I'm going to do that offline and grab food. Anyone who's not already subscribed to my channel, If you want to know when I'm streaming again and you know, be on top of that, feel free to subscribe. Again, I'm not one of these people that's gonna, you know, tell everybody, hey, subscribe and like and share and deep ba da ba doop. If you want to do all of that, that's cool. No one's gonna drop dead if you don't. But I know some of you have subscribed, so you can keep up with the streams for this game, and which is super appreciated. That's awesome. So if you also want to do that, feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, it's all good. In the meantime, like I said, I'm going to take a break. I'll be back probably within a half an hour or so. I give or take. I know I'm going to want to do at least one more stream and end it before 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that's a little less than 2 hours from now. So we'll definitely be getting one more video in. So, all right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I know it was all talking to people and exploring and finding notes and reading stuff, and it wasn't any action. But again, this is a role-playing game, and that's a huge part of role-playing games is the exposition. It is a story, and a lot of the action sequences themselves kind of come second in order of importance. It's in my opinion. It's how I run my own tabletop games. It's the same thing. I place more emphasis on story than I do in actual combat. So that's what I'm more into. But anyway, the next episode will be a little more action-oriented, and hopefully I will see you all there. Well, actually, I won't see you. I'll see my video game, because I can't see through dimensions and time and space and the internet to actually see you. That would be creepy as hell if I could. But hopefully you'll join me on the next one. So until then, peace.